Putri and Salsabilla from the Department of English Literature, Faculty Cultural Science, University of North Sumatra, with registration number 180705037. Today, in this short video, I'm going to talk about 7 aspects in a cross culture that will be compared with 2 ethnicity in Indonesia. But before we deeply talking about this material, let me check your knowledge. Maybe most of you think that culture, ethnicity, and race have the same meaning, but actually no.
Let's see the definition of culture. We can see that culture can be defined as all the behaviors of population that are passed down from generation to generation. Next, we move to the definition of ethnicity. Ethnicity is a name of social category of people who identify with each other on the basis of shared attributes that distinguish them from other groups. And then we are going to talk about race. Race is grouping of humans based on shared physical or social qualities into categories generally viewed as distinct by society.
Okay, after knowing the definition among culture, ethnicity, and race, let's move into the 7 aspects that will be compared with the 2 ethnicities. I have chosen 2 ethnicity in Indonesia to be compared with the 7 aspects in the cross culture. There are Javanese and Balinese.
Now we enter to the first aspect in cross culture, social values. The essence of social values in Javanese society and social life is harmony and mutual respect. The 2 principles are the normative framework that determines the concrete form of all interaction. Besides, the Balinese ethnic groups adhere to the social values of the term Balinese custom as a hereditary culture. Now we move to the role and status. In the Japanese society, it clearly seen a family is a place where a spontaneous willingness to help one another grows. Every family members have their own role and status. And in Balinese society, men as heirs of property, caste, and successors of descent have an important role, namely in terms of decision making. Third is decision making aspect. In Japanese society, one of the social phenomena is the culture of being involved or manut in the decision making process, which involves a group of people who follows the most decision. While in Balinese, men have privileged position and roles. This can be seen in making decision. In Balinese society, decision making is determined by men because they are the ones who hold a high power than women. Now we are going to talk about concept of time. In Javanese society, concept of time, which is an example of a form of practice from Kejawen that still exists in Japanese society to this day, is to determine a good day and a date for certain activities. For example, in the activities of determining wedding days, traveling, farming, looking for work, riding vehicles, climbing tree, building a buildings, and many others. In a Balinese society, it known as Wariga Bali. Wariga Bali is a knowledge that teaches the traditional Balinese calendar or date system, especially in determining good and bad days in order to start a job. Cultural context. In general, the form of empathy in Javanese society is mutual cooperation. For example, is rewang in a neighbor's or relative celebration event. Another example is grebek or kenduran, which is a ceremony to express gratitude for the blessing and gifts that have been given by God. In Balinese society, this culture can be exemplified by the ngaben culture, which is a funeral ceremony for Hindus in Bali. Last but not least is body language. In Japanese society, people are known as polite, well-mannered, and gentle. This becomes a characteristic when they mingle with other tribes and become the basic characteristic of Japanese people. For example, they are bowing when walking in front of older person has become a habit for Japanese people as a respect. Besides, in Balinese society, as an effort to create effective communication between members of Balinese society, a speaker of Balinese language also needs to pay attention to body language. Finally, we enter to the last aspect that we're talking about, social behavior. In Japanese society, people are known to maintain harmonious values, respect each other, and involve various cultures, namely emphasizing the importance of group as a source of support and guidance in behavior. And also in the Balinese culture, Balinese people have a high tolerance attitude towards people of other religion.
Okay, I think that's all about today's video. Hopefully, this video will help you to increase your knowledge. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye-bye.